Well, people of YouTube, welcome to the first ever review for 2016. I gotta start getting used to saying that. Great. So, without any further ado, let's get on with it. Hello, people of YouTube. 'Tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, back again to do yet another anime review, going back to my old ways on how I used to record videos on YouTube. It's sad, I know. But let's not talk about the sad stuff. Let's talk about the good stuff, which is the anime we're about to review today. The anime is called One Punch Man. Oh yeah! One Punch! Yeah, if you saw the anime, you know what I'm referring to. So, One Punch Man, in a nutshell, follows this guy named Saitama, who basically becomes this hero who, out of every, who could basically take down enemies in one punch. That's basically it. And you basically follow him in his daily life, and he sees an enemy, punches it, kablooey, and there you go. That's the anime. I wonder, who thought this would actually be pretty cool, idea for an anime, let's have the main character be this bald-headed dude who's, by the way, extremely overpowered, have him punch everything just once, and have it being... That's One Punch Man. Literally. That's it. There's nothing I can describe with it. Besides the fact that he meets this guy named Genos along the way, and they kinda work well together and stuff, and all that good stuff. But anyway, that's the story. There really is, almost no story to this anime, which we'll get into in a little bit. Now, people of YouTube, this is probably one of the either awkward anime I'm going to be reviewing, and quite controversial. Because when I talk badly about anyone's favorite anime, everyone tends to go apeshit. This anime is not bad. No. This anime is quite good. Really good. But there are issues with this anime. I'm not going to ignore that. And I will stay true to my guns and review the anime in actually two ways. Because literally, I'm going to give it 2 scores. Okay, if you can believe it or not. I don't know. I'm going to review this anime in a critical standpoint and a non-critical standpoint. Because this is how hard this anime is to review. Because literally, this anime is basically a parody of other shonen action anime. I mean, just fucking think of it, okay? We're talking about a character who's about with the MC, who can literally take everything out in one punch. I mean, cough, cough, nudge, nudge, Goku. So, I mean, it's one of the hardest animes I'm going to be reviewing. That's why I'm giving it 2 scores. From a critical standpoint, and from a non-critical standpoint. From my non-critical standpoint, this anime is without a doubt a 10 out of 10. This anime is a parody of other action animes. This anime is not really meant to be taken seriously. If you're expecting deep story with deep characters and a deep plot line, you're not going to expect it in One Punch Man. If you love over-the-top action scenes and it's just overall over-the-top and just it's all crazy and shit, just shit happening in your face and shit and whatnot, One Punch Man is your anime, without a doubt. And if you ignore some of its issues and with its flaws, this anime is without a doubt a 10 out of 10. Without a doubt. Even my close friends who are almost critical to animes, but not as critical as me, see this anime as a 10 out of 10. This probably is one of the best animes that they ever saw. And I agree. From a non-critical standpoint. From a critical standpoint, okay, this is where a Roman becomes a Roman. Or, in this case, the Crimson Assassin becomes the Crimson Assassin. A Roman, by the way, is what people tend to call me at school. From a critical standpoint. Okay, well, what are its pros and what are its cons? Okay, well, first of all, The animation. Oh my god, the animation done by Madhouse. You know, they don't even need to prove it to me anymore. These guys are animation gods. Okay? These guys know how to animate, okay? I mean, like, when you expect an anime from Madhouse, nonetheless, you are expecting the toppest of quality of animation. The animation in One Punch Man is no exception. Bright, over the top, colorful, and the action scenes, oh my god, the action scenes look fucking great. I mean, just like literally the first episode towards the end says it all. In fact, no, scratch that. The first 5 minutes of the anime says it all. This anime's animation, without a doubt, is the best that Madhouse has ever done. And I literally mean that. I love Hajime no Ippo. That is another one of their greatest animes they animated. But my god, One Punch Man, they just have so much freaking fun with it. It is a good thing. The animation is flawless, without a doubt. Moving on. Speaking of action, I already mentioned it. The action's great. Oh, you know, and completely over the top. But you know what? I like over the top action animes. They're like the best, okay? I mean, sure. I mean, I like animes that have like a crucial, you know, like an action scene to like the real depth. I mean, well, One Punch Man, that's mindless action. You need to turn your brain off to really watch One Punch Man, which was I basically said in the beginning of this review. So again, if you're not into the non-critical standpoint again, if you're not into, you know, deep story and characters, then you're not gonna like One Punch Man, because this anime does not have a deep story with deep characters and deep character development. And, you know, speaking of the characters, I mean, the characters are, they're alright. I mean, again, even when I started this anime, I wasn't expecting huge character development. Let's talk about Saitama, the main character. Saitama, he's OP. What can I say? You know, he's basically kind of like the Goku of this anime. I mean, like, come on, think about it. This guy, he's OP as hell, almost like Goku. He comes up when everyone's about to die, like Goku. And to top it all off, he can destroy anything in one punch. Just look at Recoome and probably some of the other members of the Ginyu Force in Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, these guys are OP as hell. That's Saitama, but Saitama can kill it in like one punch. I mean, like, Goku has like he elbowed Recoome and that's how he died. So I mean, yeah, okay, great. But Saitama, I mean, like, again, you're not expecting deep character development, but without a doubt, Saitama is Saitama. Saitama's awesome. Genos, he's okay. I mean, I like Genos. You know, his power's awesome. He looks awesome. But he's like a freaking punching bag. I mean, like, no lie. Every time you see this character on the screen, he's literally getting his ass beat. It's like every time. And then Saitama just comes and just one punches it, and there you go. That's all it's done. I mean, like, that's basically all the pros I can really think of about this anime. But then we have the cons. Oh god, the cons. Here we go. I can feel the comments. I can feel the rage-filled comments right now. Here we go. My first and biggest issue with this anime is that you already know how it's going to play out at the end. Let's think about this for a second. A character, which by the way is literally in the title, by the way, One Punch Man. A character who can literally take out a character or an enemy with one punch. We already know how that's going to play out, right? It's going to play out like how every shonen anime does, with the MC coming out of nowhere, punching the living hell out of the thing, and that's it. There you go. Moving on. Next story. It's like, damn, you already know how it's going to end. And there's no tension to that. It's like, okay, I mean, there's these 2 episodes, right? Towards the second half of the anime, where this giant fish man comes out of nowhere from like the sea. And he's basically tearing through these characters, and he's killing humans, he's destroying buildings, he's fighting against other characters and stuff. Yeah, okay, sure. But where the hell is Saitama so he can punch it and we'll get on with the story? Because literally it drags on for way too long. Like, damn, I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, where the hell is Saitama so he can just come out of nowhere and punch him? Because we all know how it's going to play out at the end. It's going to end out with Saitama punching the thing, and it's going to blow it. It has no tension. It has no tension, and it just ends abruptly because we already know how it's going to end. There's no real good resolution because we all know what's going to happen at the end of this episode. The hype. Oh my god. Okay, well, first off, the hype, I mean, it could kill a lot of people's experience, okay? I've been saying this throughout the years I've been on YouTube for now. The hype in anime could kill someone's experience. If you talk about how great an anime is, they're expecting to watch a really great anime. One Punch Man is a good anime, but not as great as what the people were talking about. This anime is great. It has a lot of good qualities to it, but the anime does have issues. It does have flaws, and people tend to ignore that because they don't do it like how I do it. I review it in a critical standpoint. Like, I gave it a non-critical review. It's a 10 out of 10 without a doubt. From a non-critical standpoint, this anime is a 10 out of 10 because it has good action, good explosions, decent character development, but we're not expecting a deep story and a deep thing. For me, I like more out of my animes, okay? I like animes that does have a deep story, that does have deep characters, and does have crucial character development. But there are times where I do want to watch a mindless action anime. This anime is without a doubt a mindless action anime, and I think that everyone who likes these kind of animes to watch One Punch Man. It is a very good example. If you look up, mindless action animes in a dictionary, One Punch Man will be there. It will. And it's a good anime. Would I say that it is an anime for people to start? Well, will it be the anime for people to try to get into anime? Not necessarily. There are great other animes out there, but One Punch Man is an okay startup. Other than that, that's where the anime left off. The hype really just it didn't kill the experience for me too much because I was expecting to watch a simple, mindless action anime. But then again, I kind of would like more out of this anime. I mean, like, go into more detail on how are the cities, why are they called city A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, M, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Seriously, why? I mean, I would like to know that, but this is an anime where you're not really supposed to take seriously. It's supposed to parody other animes, and I get that, but from a critical standpoint, we got to know. And not to mention, the stories of this anime kind of end too quickly and too abruptly. Like what I mentioned before about the fish guy. Again, has 2 episodes to itself, has more time to explore than any other story arc ever, but then everyone just ends up dying in one punch by Saitama. And it just, okay, go to the next one. That's it. Moving on. And people would say that this is an issue, that the story does not really take itself seriously until the second half. I mean, the second half was okay. It wasn't great, but the second half of the anime is fairly decent, I would say. This is a good second half of an anime, I would say. But all that, guys, from a non-critical standpoint, this anime is without a doubt a 10 out of 10. I do recommend you watch One Punch Man. It is a good mindless action. Again, once more, if you're not into a deep story, not into a deep characters or development, guess what? One Punch Man is your anime. But from people like me who kind of like more out of their animes, One Punch Man is not your cup of tea. But other than that, this anime is really good, and I do like mindless action animes. Now, before anyone says anything about a certain anime that I reviewed long ago, let me make this clear. There's a difference between a good parody anime and a bad parody anime. One Punch Man's a good parody anime. Needless is not a good parody anime. An anime where it like tries to take itself seriously for like 5 seconds, and then it just, oh my god, look at this girl's skirt, it just flew up. Pay attention to that, guys. It'll be on next week's pop quiz. No, fuck that. No, hell no. Other than that, guys, this anime is decent, is good, and I'm giving this anime a solid 7.5 out of 10. It is a good anime. It's definitely worth watching, and I do recommend you watch One Punch Man. It's a fairly enjoyable, mindless action anime. I do not hate this anime, but there are flaws with this anime that I have to address. With that being said, Happy New Year once more, and I will be seeing you later on. Now, before anyone says anything, the top 10 list, where's the top 10 list? I am working on that. I might have to go back to my old roots on how I used to do top 10 list. Yippee. Because the things that I'm trying to do does not really work out the way I planned it to work out. Other than that, guys, you will be expecting that top 10 list hopefully later on in the week. But what I do want to start working on is a brand spanking new series. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I do plan to do yet a new series in this channel, which I will be doing once a month, and I might start recording it tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, if you'd like to see more of my channel, please consider subscribing. And until then, guys, this is the Crimson Assassin signing out. One Punch Man style. By the way, opening theme, catchy as hell. See y'all later. Peace, you two.